round two.
Front of you, or you know it off the top of your head, but there have been at least I can remember 2 or 3 times when the Heritage took a break and they started it a week, 2 weeks after the Masters rather than just a short week. And has any Masters champion had success because of maybe the 2 weeks rather than just the next week?
I think that's only happened once, and that was just a couple of years ago when they had the extra week. Yeah, I think it's only happened once because every year the Heritage has followed the Masters, but a couple of years ago to kind of why'd they do that? They went from Augusta to Texas, I think, for one of the tournaments out there, and then came to Harbour Town. But that was just a one-time thing. That has not been a normal happening. Okay, we'll be back. Dabo Sweeney coming up in just a moment.
If it has, y'all would know before me, probably.
Well, first off, just how you get to meet with fans in Greenville, just being here and doing this event, just kind of your thoughts on getting to meet some of the people.
Well, we're kicking it off tonight. Good place to start our Prowl and Growl tour right here at Fluor Field, and this is such a cool place to host this event. Well,
Thoughts on getting to meet
It's that time of year now. Spring football practice is over, and college coaches are getting out to slap the backs of fans and contributors and shake the hands and give the speeches to fire them up here during the off season and get them ready for the upcoming season. That includes Dabo Swinney, the Clemson Tigers, their prowl. Let's try that again. Their Prowl and Growl campaign. Prowl and Growl meetings taking place. And tonight they were in Greenville at Fluor Field. And Dabo talked to the media while there about getting this function underway and some other things coming off of spring practice.
Well, we're kicking a good place to start our Prowl and Growl tour right here at Fluor Field. And this is such a cool place to host this event. And I was in Miami last night at an awards banquet, speaking at that. This is going to be a fun night tonight. But this just kind of this time of year, getting it going. But we got another week or two right after the draft. I think we have like a whole week in a row, every night somewhere different. So good trial run for us tonight to get it going.
It's going to be a little more fun this year, coming off of a win over South Carolina, because so many fans like to talk about that specifically.
Yeah. Well, it's probably going to be a lot more fun for the fans, that's for sure. I enjoy them every year. I mean, I really do. I mean, I try not to let my life and my happiness be defined by a win or a loss, to be honest with you, because, those are things that, you don't always control. You do the best you can. But I always enjoy coming out and being a part of this tour and just meeting people, getting to see people that I've kind of gotten to know over the last few years. I mean, I've been here 12 years, and I've met a lot of neat people throughout that time, and then obviously been doing this now. I guess this will be my seventh tour. So I enjoy it, really do, and this group, they do a great job of hosting this event.
Coach, we grill you about depth charts all the time. What are some of the questions you get from fans, and maybe give us some funny ones that you've gotten over the years?
I mean, I get all kind of stuff, everything from the uniforms to, why you do certain plays to, depth chart stuff, why guys aren't playing or are playing or whatever, or need to hire this coach or fire this coach. I get all that stuff. But it's all part of it. It's fun.
I think it'll be honored tonight over a little ways down the road.
I just hung up with him. I was talking to him driving over here. He's over at the Hyatt, and I think we got 4 or 6 of our staff going over there to support him, to be there for that event. Obviously I couldn't be at 2 places at once, but I'll get a chance to be with him here in a week or so, and hopefully we'll have a great celebration up in Chicago when his name gets called.
How different is that for you? You went up there with CJ, you went up there with Sammy. Now you're doing it on the defensive side.
Yeah. So when we went to this offense, we're supposed to be very good on defense. I don't get that question. But Vic's a big reason for that. I'm excited about it. I told him I've been to the draft twice. I'm 2 for 2 top 10 guys threw it up, So pressure's on him, No, he won't have to wait too long. I don't know when he'll get called, but his name will be called pretty early. It's going to be a great moment, to just be a part of it. Especially for him. Spiller and Sammy, it came fast. They were great right out of the gate. They got off the bus in Clemson and were great. It got better as they went. Whereas Vic, it was a different journey for him. But at the end of the day, the destination is the same. And it's all about getting there. So I'm really, really, proud of Vic, because I know how far he's come, and I know all the conversations we've had over the years, and he deserves all the credit because he's put the work in.
As you've seen Deshaun get healthy and progressively throughout the story, what's it been like, as long as you've worked with Danny Poole and his staff, what's it been like for him to have the most important guy on that field, rehabbing this spring, making sure everything's going?
Yeah, just par for the course for Danny Poole. That's just kind of always, they're all important to us. everybody. Everybody's a critical piece to our success. He's been doing it for a long, long time, so he understands it. And I got great confidence in those guys down there. Our whole training staff, Dr. Bowman, they do a fantastic job. And, but the player has to do their part too. That's sometimes what doesn't get talked about. The player has to really buy into the process and the things that you got to do to get better. And Deshaun is to the nth degree in anything and everything that you ask him to do. His rehab's no different. And that's why he's responding so well. He just really, really works very hard to get back. They have a good plan in place down there, and he's executing.
You've spoken of his physical, like being. As far as mental and his discipline, is he better than any player you've had? Can you compare him?
Yeah, I've just never been around a guy so mature at that stage as far as just, understanding of the big picture. He's literally like, talking to a coach. He just gets it at a level that no freshman I've been around ever had. So I think that, also things he's dealt with off the field in his personal life with his mom and all those type of things has really focused him and given him this drive that sometimes young people don't always have until maybe a little bit later in their career. And I think he has a real sense of urgency. And he has an appreciation for just the platform that he has, the opportunity he has, and he just gets it. He understands what he represents and what comes with that. He knows that there's going to be failure and success, and he just does a great job of kind of keeping all that stuff at an even keel.
Now that the grind of spring is over, do you start to think about how good this team could be in the fall?
Right now we're in the process of meeting with every player and trying to give them good feedback. One of the things I really enjoy is meeting with every single guy after spring.
Dabo Swinney talking to the media tonight up at Fluor Field for the beginning of the Prowl and Growl Tour for Clemson sports. Basketball, football in particular. USC Vandy underway. Not a good start for South Carolina. Vanderbilt out to a 1-0 lead. Run scoring on a wild pitch from Vince Fiore just a moment ago. So South Carolina already finding itself in an early hole against Vanderbilt. And South Carolina pro can ill afford to fall behind many runs because they have not showed offensively that they can outscore you, especially going up against a great pitcher as they are tonight.
Yeah, as we said before, you can't give any freebies, and the wild pitch is one of those things. And, of course, they've got their ace going tonight for Vandy, so that's going to be tough, even, down 1 run. So it'll be interesting to see how they climb out of it. But as I said, I'm one of those guys people who are backs against the wall and see how they come out of it.
Yeah, this is a run. This is what will drive a coach crazy. 1 out, and the Vandy player draws a walk on a 3-1 pitch. He steals second, goes to third on a throwing error by the catcher, and then he scores on a wild pitch. So, he never touched the baseball. He never put the ball in play, and they get a run out of it, and that's what happens to a team that's going bad like South Carolina right now.
Those gifts, those are the things that come back to haunt, because remember, as I said before, how many games this team has lost by 1 run during the season. And some of those runs have come via the error, the walk, maybe a player walks, they walk the bases loaded, I think one time, a couple of sacrifice flies, those type of things haunt you. The walk, the error, those are free passes.
Okay, break coming up. We'll stay on the Clemson beats as we'll hear from Tiger basketball coach Brad Brownell. He was in Greenville along with officials from Clemson and the folks at the Bon Secure Wellness Arena to talk about Clemson playing ball there next season.
large group of alumni and just a big part of our fan base is from here. It'll be a much easier trip for a bunch of people. Hopefully we'll get some new folks to come out and experience Clemson basketball. Our guys, I think, will be excited about it. We got a beautiful arena here in the Well. They've done an unbelievable job, and I think it will be a really neat fan experience. And nice facility. I think it's going to be, I think our guys will be excited about it. I mean, it's what we're used to. I mean, it's every year we have those types of teams. Watch a team that's ranked in the top 10. And, we consistently have
Through home.
I think it will. I think we'll have. Greenville is going to be a great place for us to play. Certainly, we have a large group of alumni and just a big part of our fan base is from here. And it'll be a much easier trip for a bunch of.
Well, Clemson basketball's got to find a new home for next season because of the work being done at Little John Coliseum. They're going to play the home games over in Greenville at the Bon Secure Wellness Arena. Used to be the Bilo Center, beautiful building right there on the outskirts of downtown Greenville. Clemson officials and officials from the arena were there today to sort of have a ribbon cutting for they built or developed a Clemson entrance to the arena to sort of give Clemson, I guess, that home court feeling, that home arena feeling as best they could. Here is Tiger basketball coach Brad Brownell as he talked with the media this afternoon at that event about going to this arena in Greenville for the 2016 season to play the home games.
Greenville is going to be a great place for us to play. Certainly we have a large group of alumni and just a big part of our fan base is from here. And it'll be a much easier trip for a bunch of people. Hopefully we'll get some new folks to come out and experience Clemson basketball. Our guys, I think, will be excited about it. We got a beautiful arena here in the Well. They've done an unbelievable job, and I think it'll be a really neat fan experience. And I know for us, it's kind of nice sometimes to play in some different arenas, have a different vibe to the game. As long as we continue to work to get our students up here and provide the kind of atmosphere we want, I think it's going to be an exciting place to play. Certainly, we have enough good teams coming in here for competition to provide what should be some really good basketball games.
Seems like they've done a pretty nice job of making it Clemson. I mean, you look around here, I don't know if you've been in it before.
No, they've done a really good job. I think the video boards and the ribbon boards around are spectacular, really up to date. It's some of the things that we're going to have to do with Little John Coliseum. And then again, I think the floor is going to get painted orange. We're going to be able to do some things that way. Locker rooms, first class. This is a really nice facility. I think it's going to be special for us and for our fans.
Is there a way you're kind of selling your players on it? Like, you're going to play at a pro-type arena this year?
Well, I think we will. We haven't talked a lot about it yet, but as soon as we get going here in the summer, as we start the next fall workouts, we're going to find some ways to get up here on different occasions. And I think our guys will be excited by it. It's a different atmosphere, but it does have a little bit more of a pro feel to it with the suites and luxury boxes and some of those different kind of things. I think our guys will be excited by it.
Certain times last season you had trouble getting guys over to Little John. Are you worried about how big this place is and not being able to pack it out at all?
Well, I don't know. I think we've got to do our job of providing an exciting product and having a winning team. But I think there'll be enough people in Clemson and Greenville for that matter, that are going to be excited about what's going on. I think we can also draw from the north a little bit. There's no secret that weekday games are hard for Clemson. You have a 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock game on a Tuesday or Wednesday night. That's never easy for people driving, from distance. This will make it much easier. I think we'll get a bunch of the business folks to stick around and come to the games. And again, I think if we start to win and play some good basketball, this place can really get special.
What are some of the things you can do to students here? That's not what he asked.
Well, I know our marketing people will do a great job, and I'm sure we're going to get some buses and find some ways to help make it easier for them. I think that's the key. Is you got to make it as easy as possible as you can for students. There's just so many more things now than there used to be. I know our people will do a good job with that, and I think if you come and have a good experience, then you certainly have a much better chance of retaining your interest.
How much will it help to have Duke, Virginia, Notre Dame, Greenville?
Well, I mean, it's what we're used to. I mean, it's every year we have those types of teams. This year it happened to be Duke and Louisville and Notre Dame. I mean, last year it was Syracuse and North Carolina and all different kinds of teams. We're always going to have a great schedule. We're always going to play good teams. We had 2 big wins in our non-conference against top 25 teams on LSU. Certainly the game against South Carolina will be exciting to be played here in the Well. So, there's no secret that we're going to play a good schedule, and certainly our league assures us of this.
Did it work out that you went to Duke last year, but you get Duke come here and probably bring some fans out?
Well, I think so. I mean, I think we have a good fan base that supports our team first, and then certainly there are going to be some people that are always excited to watch a team that's ranked in the top 10. And, we consistently have 3 or 4 teams basically in the top 15 in the country and from the ACC this year, and I'm sure next year will be just the same. If you look at a lot of the preseason polls, we've already got 3 or 4 teams in the top 15 in the country. So, again, the quality of competition is never going to go away when you play in the ACC, and I think it's going to be exciting for certain to get a chance to see what that's like. Some of those folks maybe don't make the trip down to Clemson. They may come do it for a game here in Greenville. I think once they see it and like what they see, they'll come back on a consistent basis.
Okay, Brad Brownell,
And I think probably that's going to be a good situation for Clemson as far as getting those people from Greenville to look at the product. And I've always thought that, especially in the non-conference, if you have a big opponent, playing a game in Greenville is not bad at the Bon Secours Wellness Arena anyway. I think it's a good draw potentially for Clemson in the years to come.
right, final minutes tonight over at USC. Vanderbilt has a 1-0 lead on the Gamecocks. K-Mac has left us to go over and cover that game. If you were wondering why you weren't hearing from him, he is over there. Vandy up on South Carolina 1-0, scoring that run in the top of the first inning. And what else is on tonight, Pro? Any other scores? Oh, here's something I did want to mention. From NASCAR, the appellate's board for NASCAR, the National Motorsports Appeals Panel, sent down their ruling today in the case involving the number 31 Richard Childress Racing Team. That's Ryan Newman. Remember, they got penalized a couple of weeks ago for, I think it was it underinflated tires? Something to do with the tires, I think.
Tires underinflating.
They were originally docked. Yeah, they were originally docked 75 points each. Following the race at Auto Club Speedway, Ryan Newman and Richard Childress, the points of the team owner. Anyway, those penalties were decreased to 50 points each. In addition, a fine levied to the crew chief, Luke Lambert, was decreased from $125,000 to $75,000. Lambert, along with a team technician, James Bender, and team engineer, Philip Surgeon, originally were suspended for 6 races. Those suspensions all remain. So, yeah, they were in violation of something to do with the tires after a tire audit following that March 22nd race. Officials had found that the team had modified its tires, and that's a penalty that warrants among the harshest penalties allowed under NASCAR's deterrence system. So, eased up on the money, eased up on the points, but kept the suspensions in place. Let's see. What else? Oh, former Clemson basketball player Tanner Smith named the director of operations for Mark Price on his new staff with the Charlotte 49ers. So that's a good lick for Tanner Smith to get to work under Mark Price. That should be a great experience for him.
Yeah, we thought what was going to happen to him because remember when Rick Ray was fired, he was, I think, his top grad assistant at the time, Mississippi State, and said, wonder where he would land. Well, we found out.
Yeah, so good luck to him with that. All right, well, back with you tomorrow night here on Sports Talk. By then, South Carolina and Vandy will have played game 1 of their series. We'll be getting ready for Clemson and Duke. We'll have more coverage from here at Harbortown. Round 2 of the RBC Heritage will be in the books by the time we get to you tomorrow night. As we go into round 2, it's a 2-way tie. Matt Every and Graham McDowell tied at 5 under 66. Pro, thank you very much. Steak Man, thanks to you. Great job as always. And thanks to all of you around the state who join us each and every night here on Sports Talk. We really appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. And we'll see you tomorrow night.